The behavior of killers and psychos can send a chill down anyone's spine.
Please don't cut off my head.
But every once in a while, such an interrogation surfaces, which leaves its mark on the internet forever, be it these criminals going absolutely feral or staying eerily calm.
Is there every morning.
These are some of the craziest moments recorded during criminal interrogations, starting with the most bizarre of these confessions.
I accidentally broke his bone.
When cops pulled up to 19-year-old Brian Cohee's home on the 1st of March, 2021, he immediately admitted to a gruesome murder, tampering with a deceased body, and with the evidence. He calmly shared these horrifying details.
I took the knife. I pulled back the canvas.
While casually standing and talking in his driveway. This unsettling composure carried over into the entire investigation, where his lack of emotion was evident throughout. A homeless 69-year-old man named Warner Barnes went missing in 2021. Not long after, cops responded to a home in Colorado after Cohee's parents made the gruesome and disturbing discovery of Barnes's head and hands rotting inside the closet. When police questioned Cohee outside his house about the stuff found in his closet, it did not take him a second of hesitation to respond. One by one, he replied to the cops' questions, admitting that he murdered the fella that went missing recently using a knife and stored his body parts in the closet. Brian Cohee further added that the reason why he murdered Warner was simply because he wondered what murder felt like. His curiosity was evident from his words when he stated that Warner's insides were pink during the interrogation. The chilling footage also included Brian's mother, Terry Cohee, having to relive the horrific moments when she discovered the decomposing head and hands. While cleaning Brian's room, she came across a Rubbermaid container in her son's closet. She started digging through and discovered a really heavy plastic bag. What came after that was something she would have never imagined. She carried the bag out of the closet and maggots covered something inside. After carrying the double bag thing out to the sink, she removed the first layer and immediately called her husband. Ms. Cohee explains the traumatic experience with tears in her eyes. They immediately called 911 and admitted to the dispatcher that their son did indeed display a fascination with the morbid. At this point, it had started becoming clear that they had been raising a psychopath who is now a murderer. During the detailed investigation, Brian Cohee revealed further details.
They immediately see blood on the bumper. They notice more blood on the door handle, the other door handle, passenger one.
On the events that went down the night of Warner Barnes' murder. Brian was driving along Crosby Avenue at Mesa County when he discovered a homeless man wrapped in a canvas lying on the railway track. He immediately grabbed his knife, put on 3 layers of gloves because plastic gloves can betray their users, removed the canvas covering Barnes, and stabbed him on the neck. It was later disclosed that Cohee attempted to dispose of Barnes' remaining body parts at the Blue Heron boat ramp, but his car got stuck in the Colorado River. During his 2021 trial, Cohee entered a plea of not guilty by reason of insanity, arguing that his diagnosed mental health disorders and environmental stress triggered a psychotic break when he encountered Barnes. 2 psychologists evaluated Cohee for his insanity defense and determined he was not insane.
Anybody interesting? No.
However, a 3rd psychologist, hired by the defense, disagreed, concluding that Cohee was experiencing a psychotic episode that rendered him legally insane. In the end, he was proven guilty and sentenced for life without parole.
It would be the best feeling in the world.
19-year-old Brian Cohee committed the crime out of pure curiosity. But in our next case, we have 2 friends who did the unspeakable, all that for the sake of a fictional character. In May 2014, Anissa Weier and Morgan Geyser, both 12 years old, lured their friend Peyton Leutner into the woods after a birthday sleepover. Geyser stabbed Leutner 19 times with a knife taken from her home, leaving her for dead. Miraculously, Leutner survived by crawling out of the woods for help. She was found by a passerby cyclist who immediately took her to the hospital. The 2 girls later claimed the attack was an attempted offering to the fictional character Slender Man, whom they believed would kill their families otherwise. Geyser and Weier believed that Slender Man was real and that he lived in the woods of northern Wisconsin. The incident drew national attention and also inspired the HBO documentary Beware the Slender Man, released in 2017. During their interrogation, both the girls showed an equally chilling lack of remorse. When questioned about the stabbing, one of the investigators asked, "How many times did you stab her?" To which Geyser responded, "I don't know, I didn't know I was supposed to count." This exchange was a major highlight of her disconnectedness from her actions. Both Weier and Geyser displayed a concerning lack of empathy and delusional disorders. While sitting beside a literal detective in a legit interrogation room, they stated, "It was a flawless crime, actually." This remark reflects their distorted perception of reality and a profound disconnection from the consequences of their actions. As of now, Anissa Weier is under conditional release from GPS monitoring, but remains supervised, having been released from a mental health facility in 2021. Morgan Geyser, diagnosed with early-onset schizophrenia, pleaded guilty in 2017 and is currently receiving treatment at a state mental hospital, with her legal team recently withdrawing a petition for conditional release.
What are you doing?
This is a DNA swab. This is just checking to see, like, maybe who you're around or who you touched a little bit earlier today.
Peyton Luttner has recovered from her injuries and is pursuing a career in the medical field, currently attending college and working part-time. As Peyton got lucky and began to live a normal life, on the flip side, we have women like Katrina Rivera, who weren't as fortunate. At 9 months pregnant, her boyfriend Manuel Vela did something that made even the cops want to throw up. On December 12, 2016, Manuel Vela's interrogation videos came out and shocked the internet. The utter confusion ensuing the interrogation of Manuel Vela stands out as one of the most shocking criminal behaviors ever exhibited. Showing no remorse, Vela simply stated, "I had been telling her I would kill her since we met," as he recounted choking his 9-month pregnant girlfriend, Katrina Rivera, while declaring, "You're going to die." After hiding her body in her car, he revealed that his thoughts were solely focused on how to get away with the crime. His horrifying act of removing Katrina's womb just to see their child only added to the outrage surrounding the case. After a dramatic chase in East Bakersfield, Vela was violently arrested by multiple officers. Although the baby was alive at the time, the child sadly did not survive and was pronounced dead at Kern Medical. Upon reviewing police records, it was discovered that Vela had a history of domestic violence, and Katrina's family later expressed their long-standing disapproval of him. Manuel Vela's interrogation revealed a disorienting mental state, as he often appeared to be conversing with multiple voices simultaneously. His chaotic interrogation made it challenging for anyone watching to grasp the reality of his situation. His claims of suffering from religious delusions contributed to a disturbing atmosphere surrounding the case, leading to a disjointed narrative that left many baffled and concerned about his mental health. But mind you, horrific crimes are not just committed by young men and women, because up next, we have a perfectly healthy grandma who planned and executed an elaborate crime on her very own family member. In Vista, California, the horrifying story of Cynthia Cdebaca unfolded as she faced accusations of murdering her son-in-law, Geyser Eustaquio. Prosecutors revealed that Cdebaca had been planning the murder for 2 weeks, leading up to the tragic event on February 11, 2014. On that fateful morning, an argument erupted between them, ignited by Eustaquio's rude remark about her appearance. He did not want her to attend her granddaughter's spelling bee and commented on the woman. "You can't go like that. You look ghetto." His words clearly stung the old woman. In a video testimony played in court, Cdebaca recounted her actions with complete clarity. "I shot him 10 times, she admitted, her voice devoid of emotion. When Eustaquio retreated into the house and locked the door, she claimed to have shot through it, entering to fire the final rounds as she stood over him. When detectives asked if she checked on him afterward, she coldly replied, "I didn't care. I would do it again." When asked if she fired until the gun was empty, Cynthia Cdebaca affirmed, "Yes, until it was empty." She claimed that she and her family had endured 13 years of abuse from Geyser Eustaquio, describing him as mean to both her and the entire family. She further added that he treated her daughter really badly and that everyone was really afraid of him. However, when investigators pressed her to provide specific details about the abuse,
Mean to me is all of them.
He's mean to everybody?
Yes, he is.
Cdebaca failed to offer any further information. In the end, the courtroom atmosphere was thick with tension as Cdebaca's family faced the aftermath of her actions. The video captured her celebrating the news of Eustachio's death, while her youngest granddaughter, filled with heartbreak, turned away from her because she had killed her dad.
Is he alive? He's not? Oh, good. Oh, thank you.
All in all, the scenes were disturbing. So far, we've encountered several psychopaths blatantly confessing to their crimes. However, next up is a man who seemed like he was in the interrogation room to make the police confess instead. In the messy state of drug withdrawal, this meth addict left one-of-a-kind impression on the internet. An interrogation that could never be forgotten by anyone till this day. Named as one of the most eye-opening interrogation moments to ever have unfolded, this is how Jeff, a wiry Georgia man, faced off against police officers in a cold, confined room. Jeff was convicted of burglary. However, the specifics of the case, including the details surrounding the burglary and the evidence against him, were overshadowed by his remarkable performance during the police interrogation. Despite hours of repetitive and accusatory questioning, Jeff remained composed, exposing how easily false confessions can be made. The viral video shows how skillfully he outsmarted law enforcement's manipulative tactics. When the interrogation starts, the cop reads out some terms from a piece of paper that included Jeff has the right to remain silent. And Jeff makes the most out of that. He stays silent, but when he simply exercises his right, the cops start telling him to stop wasting their time by staying silent. After a while, when Jeff finally does start speaking, he tells the cops their reality. He repeatedly states that they are forcing him into confessing to a crime.
I'm not your friend.
You're trying to get me, or you're
No,
trying
I'm not trying to get
all
you.
you're trying to get is some stupid ass confession, and you're not gonna get one.
Jeff, I'm not going to get a confession out of you for nothing.
He simply highlighted the broken and very highly deceptive aspects of the US justice system. All in all, this is just a fascinating example of police manipulation gone wrong. This case also highlighted how the US justice system disproportionately impacts people of color and those with mental illnesses. Jeff's viral moment didn't just entertain people, but it also raised important questions about the ethics of police interrogation tactics. Because not every day do you see a cool Jeff resisting police under such immense pressure.